Welcome back, Mr. Witness. Kindly take your seat. Mr. Witness, as a matter of routine, may I remind you once again that you are under oath for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. Thank you. Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Mr. Barry, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
You're welcome back.
Thank you.
Now, Council, can we proceed, please?
Yes, you were trying to explain to us the report.
Pardon?
You were explaining to us the report,
Exactly.
correct?
Yes.
Yes, can you please proceed with the explanation?
No, before we went for break, the
Go ahead.
the chairperson told me to summarize the report, what it entails. So I don't know how to go about with it now. I've already done that. So maybe.
Now, turn to is it the fourth page
Fourth.
or fifth page? Is it the fourth where you have the analysis of the cash book recordings and bank deposits?
Exactly.
Because this would have been the basis of your findings in relation to the monies that were given to Mr. Jeng by the
collector.
Is it Mama Kinte?
Mama Kindes.
Together with Yanko Kujabi as well, the acting market master.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So please give us an analysis of this table that you have.
Yes. The first column is the TR brackets. You know,
Yes.
And the second column is the duration of the collection. The third one is the cash book amount. So the fourth is the bank deposits. And the fifth one is the remarks.
So in the first column, you have the GTR number 3058401 to 3058500.
Exactly.
And the duration is between the 30th of December 2021 to the 7th of July 2022.
Yes.
Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
And the amount collected was $75,000.
$75,000, yes.
Now, do you normally cross-check these GTR numbers against the CRBR to make sure that it is an authentic one?
Yes. In fact, before the commencement of this, investigation,
Yes.
we went to the CRBR
Yes.
to check how many books was signed by Mama
Okay.
from the CRBR
Yes.
in respect to these collections.
So in whose custody is the CRBR normally?
Okay, the CRBR initially, it was under the finance manager, Yaya Ba.
When is initially? When would you refer to as initially?
This was
Before?
before 2020.
Before 2020.
Yes.
It was with the finance manager.
Yes, and maybe the reason why it was shifted from the finance manager to the other officer, if I can elaborate.
Yes, go ahead, go ahead.
Yes. This was, it was shifted, during the period, it was shifted from the finance manager to one's, accounts clerk by the name Aisha to Sise.
Aisha to Sise.
Yes.
Okay, accounts clerk.
Yes.
And this was 2020 moving forward.
This was around 2020 to 2021, during that period.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Miss Madeline Jones, because the incidents occur, in fact, Madeline was collecting and he was not appearing before the principal cashier. And, the audit cannot ascertain whether he was, submitting to the bank. But after exhausting her TR book, another TR book will be issued to her.
Madeline,
Yes.
by the
Finance
manager.
By then the finance manager.
Okay.
So when things came to my notice,
Yes.
I in fact went to the director of finance personally.
No, but wait a minute. What is abnormal about that? You said after the GTR book is exhausted, this finance manager will give him another GTR book.
Yes.
Is that supposed to be abnormal, or is that a normal?
Yes,
process?
there's abnormality in them
Yes,
because if Fatol is supposed to be giving another GTR,
Yes.
the finance manager should make sure that she's retired all the previous ones, all
Yeah.
the monies in the bank,
Yes.
and her cash book, with the GTRs were checked by the internal audit. Then she is qualified to be given to another GTR.
So in short, there should be like an audit
Very well.
after the exhaustion of every GTR.
Yes.
How many receipts would be in a GTR generally? Is it 100 or 50?
No, it differs.
Okay. Tell
At
us
times it will be 1 to 50.
150 is the.
At times 1 to 100.
So 150 is the most.
Pardon?
150 will be the most a booklet will have.
No, at times, at times it will be, the book will be 1 to 50.
Or 1 to 50.
Yes, at
50
times.
receipts.
At times, others will contain 1 to 100.
So 1 to 100 is the most it will have,
Yes.
and 1 to 50 is the minimum.
Yes, it's the minimum. Yes.
Okay.
So when I went, to the director, I complained about it. He said, he will, regularize it. But that trend continued during that period.
Who was the finance manager?
Yayaba.
Why was it normal for Yayaba to just give everyone a new GTR book when you exhaust your previous or your old one, or is it just very peculiar to just Madeline?
No. Here, Yayaba, he's supposed to give GTR to any collector who
yes.
retired everything.
Yes.
Yes. So in the case of Madeline, I noticed and I make a follow-up to the director of finance. And the director of finance said he will regularize it. So in some point,
That's Jeng, Elijah Jeng?
Elijah, but this trend continue. And in fact, Yaya, I can recall one time had a bitter argument with Madeline and the director of finance himself that if the Madeline doesn't, retire all his GTR monies he's collected, he will not going to issue him new GTR for her to, complete her collection.
So you are saying that Yaya was given the new GTR to Madeline based on the directive of the finance director?
Very well. And at some point when Yaya was reluctant to do that, responsibility was shifted from him to another.
And the accounts clerk?
The accounts clerk.
And that is?
That accounts clerk is Aishatu Sise.
Aishatu Sise.
Yes.
Now, so that's why I asked the question, whether that situation is only peculiar to Madeline, as in meaning, whether...
No, I understand. I should understand peculiar meaning. No, it's not only, it's, at time to time, collectors will just make collection. They don't come to the audit. They exhaust their cash book. Then they were using this, GTR, manual GTR. And when they want another, new consignment, that's another new GTR, they will just liaise with the director of finance, and instruction will be given for them to be given a new cash, new GTR.
But why do you think that is happening?
Lead counsel, this, maybe as I told you that, initially, all the accounting staffs are under the mercy of the director of finance.
Yes.
Okay? So this, there is this high tendency of MEDA, money is being given to him, or the collector misuse the money, and he want another new GTR to go and continue his collection.
What is a fact is that we know, no matter how much all the misappropriation we have seen with the revenue collectors. We know it cannot happen in this large scale without having the senior management, most notably the Director of Finance,
Yes.
turning or just ignoring some of these things for whatever reason it is. That we know.
Yes,
Well, at least they will detect majority of the abnormalities.
Yes.
That is what is normal, correct?
Yes, very well.
Yes. So now you have situations where they have pointed to the Director of Finance by saying they give him money. Was he confronted?
Who?
The Director of Finance, Elijah Jeng,
Confronted on what issue?
with these allegations that monies are given to him.
Anyway, in this report or?
Yes. No, in this report primarily or any other
No, he was
any
confronted.
circumstance.
He was confronted
With this report.
with this report.
As in he was given a copy. Or he was
No, in fact, personally, me, I confronted him.
what time? Before the conclusion of the report
Yeah,
or after?
before the conclusion of the report.
But it did not feature here.
No, because when I confronted him, then the report was the investigation was in progress, and he told me and he conceded that yes, he used to take some cash amount of money from Mama.
Yeah. Next time, I advise that you have all those records. They should be contained in the report.
No,
do you not think so?
No, what I expected was, when this report was finished and was sent to the director, was the CEO. The CEO should have written to the Director of Finance to hear the story, the side of the Director of Finance as well.
Okay.
That one was never done. This was why I deliberately kept Mama's cash book with me, because I expected that after the investigation,
Yes.
he should be written to.
Yes.
To give him the benefit of the doubt for him to respond.
Yes.
The allegations that are in the investigation.
Okay.
Because that was not done. This was why I told them that give me the cash book. I will retain the cash book with me.
Mr. Barry, you're right. So number two, we have the receipt number GTR 85301 to 85400.
Yes.
And again, the period is 28th of April 2022 to 29th of April 2022.
Yes.
An amount of $32,000 was recorded, and it is not, well, we don't have evidence of it being deposited.
Very well.
And the third one, 86401 to 86500.
Yes.
7th of July 2022 to 30th of July 2022.
Yes.
$75,000 was collected.
Yes.
$50,000 was deposited to the bank.
Yes.
And the outstanding balance of $25,000 was nowhere to be seen.
Exactly.
You have 8801
Yes.
to 88100.
Yes.
1st of August 2022 to 1st of September 2022. Correct?
Yes.
$75,000.
Yes.
No evidence of it being deposited.
Yes.
Now 88901 to 889,000.
Yes.
1st of September 2022 to 3rd of October 2022, $75,000. But I see that money is, was it deposited?
Yes.
Okay.
That one is fully deposited.
Yes.
Yes.
And you have 9,001 to 90100, 5th of October 2022 to 16th of November 2022 was the period of the collection.
Yes.
$75,000, only $20 was deposited.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Now, you have the total is the collections within this period, according to your finding,
Yes.
is an amount of $407,000.
Yes.
Now, you have the amounts that are traceable
Yes.
is $145,000 in the
Yes.
bank accounts.
Yes.
And the outstanding balance is $262,000.
Yes. Was unaccounted for.
Yes, and we know the revenue collector in question, Mama Kinte said it was given to the Director of Finance.
Very well.
Correct?
Very well.
All right. Now, you have concluded your investigation, sir.
Yes.
Did you forward this to the council?
Here, I forwarded it to because it was an investigative report.
Yes.
So, and the Director of Finance was alleged to receive money from the collector. So
Yeah.
I submitted to the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer.
Who are you answerable to?
I'm answerable to the council.
Why do you not give the council a copy?
Yes, because, at this material time,
Yes.
I was not expecting that the report is finalized.
I don't understand that.
Meaning at this time, I was not expecting that, I will not receive a reply from the Director of Finance.
What is the standard practice if you don't receive a reply after an exercise or an internal audit exercise? What is the standard practice? What do you do?
We adopt it as,
Exactly.
as a final report.
What timeline do you normally give for replies?
The timeline, differs.
Tell us.
It should have been stated here. It could be, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month,
At least
depending.
there will be a reasonable time
Yes, exactly, for them to respond.
to respond.
Exactly.
This was done in
This was done in, the first month of 2023.
we are in June 2024.
Yes.
Do you think there was a reasonable time that elapsed for you to forward this to the council?
Yes. Okay. At that time, Srifo Sonko was the chairman.
Yes.
And okay.
You don't trust him?
Me being answerable to the council,
Yes.
I should be giving my report to Srifo Sonko.
Yes.
But, just in the case of Alusane's issue, Srifo was behind all those things for Alu to challenge my, report.
And so you don't trust?
I don't have that trust in him anymore.
And that was the reason why you did.
That was the reason why, in fact, I kept this Mama's Cars book with this investigative report, so that if any other authority have to come, I can be in positions to present my evidence. Yes.
Now, see, I understand your trust issues, and I think most people will understand your trust issues because of what you have seen in council. But moving forward, that wouldn't be a wise thing to do. I mean, you, like I said, you just play your part. You just perform your duties, your role.
Yes.
The law says you are answerable to council in the sense that you give them your findings, not answerable as in being directed. It has to be clear. Answerable as in making sure that they are aware of the work that you do.
No, even from my system audit in 2020, 2021,
Yes.
2022,
Yes.
2023, none of this report was filtered down to the General Council.
Was what?
None of the...
Okay, as in you serve them, but...
Yes, I serve them, and you can see, there is no management
But you have
response.
done your part, my friend.
Yes, but
You've done your part.
Yes, right now, in fact, in some council sitting,
What is the problem?
one of the collectors, one of the councillors will just get up and says, we don't used to have quarterly internal report, audit report from the, internal audit.
When you have already given it to the...
When in fact I've already, submitted mine, to the, authority concerned.
Yes, but
there, they will just downplay it. Yeah, it will become...
the report is not personal, my friend.
Yes.
The report, the findings, no matter how corrupt the area council are, we have seen, that is the evidence we have seen, that they are really corrupt. I'm not afraid to say that. But then no matter how corrupt they are, and you have the right to not trust them, but just do your job. Is that not the case? You have done a wonderful job, at least to any degree. But you are going to have, you are going to probably stay it a bit if you do not just go all the way to the end. You submit it, and that's it. Whatever they do with the report is their business.
But it was submitted to the CEO.
No. You are not answerable to the CEO.
Very well.
It's as a matter of due diligence. I really commend you that you have done that. You should do that. It just makes sense. But primarily, the law says, let me read to you. It says the internal auditor is directly responsible and answerable to council.
Yes.
That's 208 of the manual of the internal audit department. And should provide a service for the management in the effective discharge of its financial duties. The internal auditor in the discharge of his duties must be independent. That's why I'm saying your independence, you being answerable has nothing to do with you being independent. answerable in this sense?
Lead council, it's hard to say, but former council, Brikama area council was running, and there is just a non-functional council.
Okay.
A council that will
Well,
go up
former
to
council, present council. We are just dealing with the former council. We don't have the reports for the present council. We can't. Just wait a minute.
Okay.
Don't use that.
Okay. Council generally.
Yes.
Because it will go up to 5 months. This council will not have a single seat.
A single sit-in.
Sit-in.
Okay.
All the committees in the councils were dormant.
For Brikama area council.
Brikama area council, not finance committee, not establishment committee. So in fact, matters that are pertinent to councils are no longer, being discussed.
So what were they doing? Just chopping money, eating money, embezzling funds?
Maybe they are listening to me and they are watching me and they know exactly what I'm saying.
Yes.
Is the hard fact.
Is what?
They were not meeting. They were not, but the committees were not reporting to the general council.
And they were busy embezzling funds.
That was the order.
Exactly, that was the order of the day. Is that not the case?
Yeah.
Yes. I am not showing you for not submitting to council. I'm just saying we all learn new things.
Yes, definitely.
I'm just
I
saying
understand.
to add more weight to the work you do, the beautiful work you do, just make sure you perform your duties.
In some instances, I will, in fact, snatch the report. I give it to a member of the finance committee.
So that they will...
So that they can know that I'm writing report.
What is happening.
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. Any questions to the witness?
Now, Mr. Barry, your cash book recordings and bank deposits, the table, the first one, the first item on the table, the duration of the collection was 7 months.
Yes.
And the amount involved is 75,000.
Yes.
And there is no trace of where this money is deposited, right?
Yes.
And this collector was supposed to have been depositing weekly.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
This is 2021 to 2022, 7 months.
7 months, yes.
And during this period, you had the POS.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, we had the POS.
The POS was functional.
Yes.
And my problem is the next point, which is the duration was 28th of April 2022 to 29th of April 2022.
Yes.
The same collector was able to collect in 2 days 32,000.
Yes.
Whilst the earlier one, he could only collect 75,000
Yes.
in 7 months.
In 7 months.
What can you tell us about that?
Yes, the canteen is a fixed price. These temporal canteens of 75,000, 750,000. 750 dollars
Yes.
annually.
Now, you see, this is where we have problem.
Okay.
This cannot tell you what revenue line this collection is about. And if it has a column that will tell me this is collection for canteen, which is for fixed sum, then you will not question the 7 months duration.
Yes.
So if you don't have that information, ordinarily somebody who is not a staff of the council and not within the finance department will find it difficult to understand
Very difficult, yes.
why at some point, at one breath, you can collect up to 32,000, and in another breath, in 7 months, you can only collect 75,000.
Yes.
So unless somebody understands the dynamics, you may make some wrong presumptions.
Yes.
Am I not correct?
Yes, you are very right, Ma. But in the starting of the report,
Yes.
it is stated there
Yes.
that canteens are of fixed price,
Yes.
$750.
Did you make reference to the GTR receipt serial number? indicating that some amount that was collected?
Oh, come again, ma?
I said, did you indicate that in the report? Because if you look at your page 1, the reference you made was this one is for 110. But I haven't seen where you made reference and you highlighted the GTR serial number to indicate that this is for canteen collection.
Yes, there was no serial quoted. But,
but now, how would you know? Because you have earlier told us before we went for break that the GTRs are not specifically numbered and identified as per revenue line.
Exactly.
So they are just general.
Yes.
So it is the revenue collector that will come and tell you that I collect rates and taxes or I collect canteens.
No, when she was collecting market canteen,
yes,
she used rates and tax, GTR.
Rates and tax.
GTR. There is no specific GTR for land rents collection.
Yes.
She used rates and tax, GTR. But when she used rate and tax GTR, she signs, against that TR bracket. As
why would the auditor not recommend the receipts be changed to correspond with the sort of revenue line she is collecting for ease of reference?
No, that's why, I in my 2018-2019 report, I'm still finding that report. And I wanted to, serve the commissions with that report. If you see that report, in fact, then you will know that, the suppression of this revenue by the collectors was a continuous thing. And, those were the, reports that, captured, in fact, Madeline suppressions and other collectors. And the recommendation I give there in that report, that in fact, let me, as the auditing unit, be having the, copy of the CRBR, so that, if, a particular collector, go to, the finance, sign, the, particular, GTR bracket, you come to the audit, you also countersign ours, so that we can monitor, that GTR, the transaction of that GTR.
But Mr. Barry, that should not be an excuse, because you are the finance guy, and your role and responsibility is to make sure that the documents that they use in their work, you verify and check it.
Yes.
So if you had issues, you could easily verify those GTRs against the CRBR to know whether they don't have extra receipt books that have been prepared that they are using. But we have discussed that earlier.
Yes.
That, serious fraud has been perpetuated by using different receipt books that are not meant to be used.
This is exactly what I told to the lead counsel, that in the case of Madeline issue, that's why the responsibility of issuing a CRBR was shifted from Yayaba to another guy. Because when I went to the CRBR, I know that there is another, a TR that was not, retired completely, and yet still there are collectors issue with another new one. They are in the field. So when I make that, I raise that alarm, Ma, maybe you don't know the, environment then we are working on. It's hard to say, but, it's just like a chairman neglecting his own counsel, join the CEO and the director of finance, and they are running the show. And even if you want to break that kabudu, if you are not strong, at the end of the day, you will be neutralized. That's exactly what was happening.
Counsel, can you proceed?
Yes, Zabari, the way you really explain the situation is exactly true. It's like having a wolf having a sheep in a wolf in a lion's den. But let me show you for the issue regarding Mama Kinte, I think. I see that she was classified as an ad hoc collector. Mama, an ad hoc transaction. I'm not sure, maybe you can shed more light on this.
Ad hoc what?
In the lodgement logs, you will see that the names of the people that are having or that have in their possession the POS machines. You will see their names will be clearly spelled out. But for Mama, it is classified as ad hoc transaction.
Ad hoc.
Yes. So I'll just show you.
Let me see.
Probably you are very familiar with the lodgement logs, correct?
Very well.
Maybe you can just advise us as to why we have.
This transaction was only $550?
No, not the amount is not relevant here. Because the idea is we have her name, but then she testified and said by that time that she never really operated a machine. She said that this was a time that she was supposed to be trained by someone, and it didn't even last long. And that person was the one who had the machine, and not her. Sorry.
And in fact, then that guy is supposed, in fact, not to train her because that guy was a security officer.
Who is that individual?
Faijara.
Yes, Faijata.
Jara, yes.
Faijata was training as a would-be revenue collector.
Okay.
No,
this ad hoc. Okay, now I understand. It's about these people, who are doing these hawkers. You know what they call hawkers?
Yes.
Yes.
Hawkers, yes.
Hawkers. So maybe, they may use this, ID.
These traders that are not stagnant in
That's
one place.
not standards, yes. Then, then it will be good. But even though then, because she didn't sign the machine officially, so this transaction should not be in her name.
In her name.
Yes.
Yeah, so I just want to clear that because she said that this is not her transaction.
No, that's very true.
It appears. So that's correct.
It's correct, yes.
All right. Now, that's all for the internal auditor for now. So, unless you have other questions, we would want to invite Mr. Jeng. Huh?
Mr. Jeng, yes.
Mr. Barry, thank you so much for your time. Whenever you are here, it is always helpful.
Yes, but this seat is very hot seat, Come see her.
Sorry, what did you say?
I say it's a very hot seat. We don't normally like to come over here.
You are going to appear here for the longest time.
Pardon?
Because anytime we have issues with your documents, we'll call you to come. You are going to help us.
I'll be available, ma.
Okay. Thank you.
So can I take my leave?
Yes.
Thank you.
You are discharged for the moment. When we need you, we will call you back.
Okay.
Thank you. Please call the Mr. Jeng, the finance director.
Mr. Jeng